they going to explain that?
You can't contain the ball in your brain, you just can't take the plain fact. That this is the LDBC, you don't tell us how to act. And if you hate the content, then take a step back. Why watch the video? How you gonna explain that? How you gonna explain that? How you gonna explain that? Coach Shelton Harrison, there never be no comparison. You're live on the show, sit back and have a listen. LDBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show Live. And this episode of the Coach Shelton Harrison MMA and Boxing Show Live is brought to you by 10 Players News. Where at 10 Players News, we want to talk to the player in you. And our goal is to help stupid mother PG-13 channel, okay? We want to help out stupid people because stupid people don't understand when a person is trying to help them out. Go subscribe to 10 Players News today. Okay, guys. I'm a huge fan of Holly Holm, and she has finally come back. She's finally, she dropped the interview as here recently on the MMA Hour, and I watched the interview from start to finish. And Holly Holm has pretty much talked about her comeback. She plans on coming back, guys, in 2017, which that's going to be great. I can't wait till she comes back because I'm a fan of Holly Holm's, and I like her style. Okay, I'm going to talk about a few things because Holly Holm talked about the comeback, Rousey, Shevchenko. She talked about Tate. And she also talked about some of her silly critics, man, which I'm glad she addressed a lot of different things in this interview. First of all, I like Holly Holm because Holly Holm is a straight shooter. She tells the truth. Holly Holm is not some person sitting around butthurt that, if she loses a fight. That's just not how she thinks, man. Holly Holm can acknowledge when she don't, measure up. And I can appreciate that about Holly. She's not a huge trash talker. She might say something every now and again, but Holly Holm is not really a big trash. She's just a person that works, okay? And Holly Holm is kind of irritated right now because she's been having to do a lot of promotional type stuff, things that when you're in her position now that you kind of have to do because now you have a good fan base, and she does. But she's kind of irritated that she has to do those things because she much rather be training and getting herself ready. She talked about, the reason why she was out. And you had so many stupid people talking about that she was out because she was overly depressed and all this stuff. People make me sick. People make me sick because they never ever know the true story. Holly Holm had a broken thumb. That's the reason why she ain't fought since the bullet. She had a broken thumb. Her thumb was broken. And God, oh my, you know what? And I wish some people, man, and there's some people even making videos in the MMA community. And I'm trying to really establish a good women's MMA community with this channel. It's people making videos talking about Holly was scared. Holly was overly depressed. Newsflash, Holly Holm is not Ronda Rousey. Holly Holm don't think like that. Holly Holm is a warrior. She, you know what? And here go the thing. Ronda Rousey can be gone for a year and nobody, maybe just except for me, okay? Maybe I'll be the guy that criticizes that and say, hey, Ronda Rousey been gone for a long time. Where is she? Oh, she's depressed. Oh, she talking suicide. Oh, she talking about having babies with Travis Brown, a woman beater. Oh! But not one word from these mega MMA websites. Not one word. Holly Holm, again, with the disrespect. People have been disrespecting Holly Holm. And it's just, it pisses me off to no avail that people can do this. So Holly Holm takes 2 losses. Okay, she takes a loss. She comes right back. And she fights another tough fight in the bullet. She loses to Tate, comes back, and fights the bullet. No, she wasn't getting all butthurt. She wasn't somewhere crying, talking about she going to kill herself. That's not what Holly was doing. Holly was training, getting ready for the bullet. She lost to the bullet. And you know what? Holly was very respectful. She was very respectful. She said, listen, the girl's a good counterpuncher, okay? She was a lot better than what I anticipated. And she did some things in there that had to make me readjust that I couldn't adjust to. See, Holly Holm was very honest and very open about everything. And I know she was disappointed, but to say that Holly Holm was depressed, to say that, she just didn't want to fight anymore, is stupid. The girl had a broken thumb. What do you think she's going to do? Come back and fight with a broken thumb? She had to rehab her thumb. And she's still rehabbing it. She said that, she can't do anything like takedowns. She can't do a lot of different things, but she can still get in there and spar a little bit. But she can't do it because her thumb is still healing. I mean, I have to understand what people, for the life of me, think that this woman is just running away scared. And these people, they really don't know anything about the fight game. They just don't. But see, none of these same people don't want to get on here and criticize Ronda. That's the thing that really irritates me. You know, everybody want to criticize Holly. And she been getting disrespected, man. She got disrespected by the UFC and Dana White. I mean, Dana White, when she beat Ronda Rousey, point blank, man, you can see the look of disgust on his face. You know, I'm like, wait a minute. This is the woman who she just beat your champion, and you don't want to promote this woman? Like, I don't, see, man. And Holly Holm could be the good girl act. You can promote that, and everybody would ride shotgun with Holly Holm because, oh, the good girl just beat the bitch. I mean, people, that's just how it is. That's just the way that is. Okay? Then you got people talking about, you know, her, and you know, I talked about some of her critics. Okay? Some of the people saying that, yeah, you know, she should have, you know, fought right. Okay, yeah, I am one of those people. I thought she should have waited to fight Rousey to get the payday because I thought she deserved it. I thought Holly Holm deserved the payday, man, for all the stuff that she took off the UFC. You know, they don't even want to talk about it. After she beat Ronda Rousey, it takes, you know, ESPN 5 days to put her on. And I'm telling you, I complained. I called in to ESPN every day until they got Holly Holm on that show. And I started talking to ESPN, their sponsors. I started saying ESPN don't like Holly Holm. They're discriminatory against her because of her religious beliefs. I said everything that I could until they finally got this woman on the show. And I'm not saying that I'm not the big reason why she got on the show, but I tell you what, I am one of the reasons. Me and a couple of my other friends in the LDBC, we called ESPN every day until Holly Holm got on that show. And I guarantee you, they put Holly Holm on that show. You had people like ESPN Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless with their dumb self. They wouldn't even mention the girl on Twitter. They said nothing, and they were always vocal. See, I said that I wanted Holly Holm to take the payday fight with Ronda because she deserved it. All the stuff that she had to deal with, it would have been justification of her getting a payday. And then, too, I wanted to see her smack Ronda Rousey around again. That's what I wanted to see, okay? But Holly Holm cleared up a lot of stuff in this interview, and I'm glad. I'm glad she did. She cleared up everything. Because people are so stupid. They talk so much. You talk too much, okay? She talked about Shevchenko, okay? She said, listen, you know, Valentina is a good striker. She's a good counterpuncher. Well, I talked about that already, okay? She talked about Miesha Tate. She was kind of disappointed that Miesha Tate lost because she wanted to fight Miesha Tate again. She was very disappointed. And she said that, you know, usually the person that beats me, that's the person I want to win. And, you know, Holly Holm is a fighter. She's a true champion. And she really wants to fight the best. And I can't knock Holly Holm for that. I can't knock her, man. Holly Holm wants to fight the best. She don't want to sit around and mope. She don't want to sit around and cry. She don't want, no, man. This girl want to fight the best, man. That's how it is. I was waiting on her to address Juliana Pena. I was waiting on her to do it, but you know, I guess the interviewer didn't ask. I would ask that question if and when I ever interview Holly Holm. I'm gonna say, look, what do you think about these comments by so and so? I'm gonna say it. But Holly was good, man. Holly was good. She was straight up, man. Holly Holm was straight up. She was straight to the point. She said, listen, I wasn't prepared. I mean, we had a good game plan. I just didn't execute it. You know, and many people could have just said, you know, well, it was this reason, that reason why I didn't win. Holly Holm said, listen, I ain't making excuses. I'm not, okay? I lost. That's it. Now, one thing, though, man, I will, and I've said this before, man, I'm not saying that Holly Holm needs to leave the Weekend John camp. I'm not saying she needs to leave that camp. But she does need to get another trainer that's skilled on the ground. She going to have to. If Holly Holm is going to do this thing, because a lot of people, they're figuring her out. They're figuring it out. And, yes, a fighter like Pena would have a chance against Holly Holm because she's good on the ground. And I think that a lot of people, they're figuring that out. Like, you get a lot of good strikers, like people from boxing and kickboxing. They have a tough time in MMA because they're not really used to being on the ground. They're just not. And so that part plays into it. Holly Holm is going to have to spin, man. And I keep saying this, man. She need to be doing stuff like Grapple Quest. She need to be getting into these tournaments where all you do is a lot of grappling and a lot of ground game. And she's going to have to do that. Because if Holly Holm does not address this weakness in her arsenal, then it's going to be tough for her to really win a lot of fights against people that are known wrestlers and grapplers. And that's just the way that is. But you guys tell me what you think. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. What are you dudes waiting on? Subscribe. I'm done.